Hong Shi. We have 50% of his dossier. Apparently there's a lot more to find, and I haven't found it. He likes me by 4. He's age 72, Chinese nationality, and he's the boss of the White Oak Mountain Triad. Hong Shi was born in Hong Kong and spent much of his early life as a soldier in the Sun Yi-on Triad. By the same time of Xinbai's rebellion, he had reached the level of Vanguard, a senior operations lieutenant in the organization. Shi sided with Bai's forces. And when Xinbai offered him a command position as Deputy Mountain Master, essentially his second-in-command, Hong Shi pulled up his roots and left Hong Kong for Taipei. Hong Shi remained Deputy Mountain Master for 30 years, essentially running the day-to-day operations of the White Oak Mountain as it grew into a massive criminal empire. When Xinbai died 15 years ago, Hong Shi assumed the title of Mountain Master himself. His harsh, autocratic leadership style, while effective, has nonetheless led to growing discontent among his subordinates. And over the past decade and a half, he has had to deal with several uprisings and attempted breakaways. In every case, the leaders of the rebellion were dealt with brutally and publicly. Secret fact: Hong Shi's lieutenants did not defect over a dispute regarding profits, as the Mountain Master claims. They left the organization after Hong Shi murdered one of their number for suggesting that a business relationship with Sheikh Ali Saeed was a bad idea. The membership of the White Oak Mountain does not know about this, and if it came out, the information would likely assure Hong Shi's downfall. Gabriel Albara shot him in the face. 100% is known about him. He doesn't care for us, and he also doesn't really dislike us that much either, because he never really met us. Age is unknown. Nationality is Saudi. Occupation is Professor of Arab Studies, or Arab Studies, I should say. Gabriel Albara. The literal translation of his name, I believe that's his name, is Gabriel the Innocent. Is Gabriel the Innocent, huh? Maybe we shouldn't have shot him in the face. Oh well. Is believed to be a cell leader for Al-Samad in Rome. Little information exists on the target, and to all accounts, Gabriel values his privacy, which is strangely at odds with his reportedly extensive social network. In the past, his safe houses and residences have employed an extensive surveillance system, and it is guaranteed that common routes into his compound will be heavily monitored by cameras and armed guards. If infiltrating a location where Albara is assumed to be, it is recommended that all due caution be used in performing any suspicious activity, including assault, in the line of sight of cameras, or the mission is likely to end in failure. Albara is a practiced socialite, and while he is difficult to track at most times, his gatherings attract many noteworthy figures in Europe and beyond, many of them well connected. As much as harming Albara would cause repercussions with Al-Samad, harming his guests may cause repercussions in public circles. Albara's desire for privacy versus his extensive social network are at odds with each other. Didn't you say that earlier? He recognizes the need for networking and promoting himself, but does so in rigidly controlled conditions. Albara is unlikely to meet guests at the gate, and once they are inside, he often has his servants or guards handle the formal escort procedures, and any attempt to reach Albara will require getting past several layers of his compound and then being patient until he makes his eventual appearance. Well, we just shot him on the roof, which was, I suppose, easy enough. I kind of wonder if you shoot the guest, do you actually have to go into the place? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out someday. Anyways, secret fact. Gabriel is a confirmed cell leader of Al-Samad, and while his sympathies clearly lie with the terrorist organization, the State Department has implicated him on various financial corruption scandals. But this information doesn't match Interpol's financial records on Albara. Strangely enough, the State Department's evidence was added into Albara's file a few months before Operation Desert Spear was set into motion to deal with Saeed. Leyland. We apparently know 100% about Henry Leyland. He, apparently trusts us. We got a 7 with him. Maybe that's why near the end of this, he had asked us to join him. Don't know. Anyways, age 39. His nationality is American. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Halbeck Corp. Born in Newport, Rhode Island. Henry Leyland's involvement in the Halbeck Corporation began immediately after he graduated college, when his close friend and mentor Robert James Halbeck III hired him as one of the top executives at the company. Leyland's ingenuity and business strategies did not disappoint. From his hiring in 1977, Leyland was able to make wise investments and use his own connections to secure numerous profitable contracts for Halbeck, speedily working his way up to the position of Chief Technology Officer. Henry Leyland made $250 million last year between his salary at Halbeck, his investments, and various other unreported means. Damn, I wish I could make that much money. That would be awesome. A lean year for him. A lean year for him? Are you serious? That is BS. I want that kind of money. Whatever. Anyways, profits have been in decline since 18 months into the Iraq War, when contracts shifted from large-scale construction and conventional military vehicles to small-scale security. Halbeck has yet to transition to the needs of a counter-terrorist war. They made their profits off Cold War missile technology and orbital missile defense satellites. Henry Leyland's family life has been downplayed in comparison to the write-ups done in numerous business magazines. His early college years were marked with repeated conflicts with his father, Paul Leyland, over the role of business in the community, with the common debate between the two being the nature of what is illegal versus what is unethical. The more arguments the two had, the more estranged the two became, until Henry's final year in business school, when he ceased speaking to his father altogether. Secret fact. Henry Leyland learned about Alpha Protocol from his former chief of security, Conrad Marburg. Once aware of the program from Marburg, he used his government contacts to gain access to the Alpha Protocol program and use it for his own ends, in exchange for giving the United States deals on various missile technology contracts. Madison St. James. She got killed. I love how it says defeated instead of deceased. They're just defeated. Alright, so apparently I was liked 3 by her, but I only really completed her dossier to 75%. I have no idea where the rest of it is. Age 25, American. She's Marburg's executive assistant. Madison St. James has been in Italy less than a year. Her resume on file at the Veteran Combat Initiative lists her as fluent in Italian and passable at a few other languages, enough to land her a part-time job working for the VCI as a translator and file clerk. Nothing in her file lists her as being anything but professional in carrying out her duties. Though Madison hasn't been at the VCI branch office long, her work ethic and skill set caused her to be assigned to as Marburg's executive assistant in Rome. Marburg goes through assistants rapidly. She has access to sensitive material, though, as most of it is in code. She had little idea what most of it meant until finding the file on Michael Thornton. She doesn't seem to know the full extent of what the VCI do besides recruit ex-military and offer up private security. Madison took her job with the VCI as a second job to cover her expenses in Italy. Her initial job was working in restoration at a museum of Roman art and archaeology in Rome. But it didn't pay well, so she was forced to seek out other employment. She came from America with little to nothing to her name. According to the notations in the museum computer regarding her interview, she cited a desire to study art history abroad. But she hasn't taken any classes or programs, at least formally, since her arrival in Italy.